here solo today without my husband Nathan, just because I have some strong feelings about the terrible situation with Kevin Durant having played last night when it seemed pretty obvious to a lot of people that he shouldn't have been playing. Leo Routens, notably during the Raptors broadcast, mentioned more than once that he should have never been on the floor. And I'm seeing a lot of course, conversation about it on social media, Twitter specifically today, as is expected, understandable. Um, it's kind of a crazy situation to me, as are all situations when terrible things happen that could have clearly been so easily avoided. I'm I'm a Raptors fan. KD doesn't hold any special place in my basketball fandom, but it still bothers me that the expectation for him to play was so high that it created a situation where he could have an injury that's going to could possibly end his career, worst case scenario. But even the best case scenario is already that he has a serious injury that never needed to happen. It's been obvious that he wasn't right. He wasn't good. He wasn't ready to play. And I've seen the comments, "Oh, he was cleared by the team doctors." Well, I'm sure that means a whole lot to him now that he was cleared by the team doctors. And I can't help but see the parallels between this situation and the situation that Kawhi Leonard was in San Antonio last season. It's impossible to miss the parallels. And the main difference is that Kawhi said, I'm not right. I can't play. And by doing that, he became a pariah to his entire fan base, where he'd spent his entire career, because he said, I can't play. I can't do it. He was also cleared to play by the team doctors. So I don't really understand why now, with two top level players, 2 seasons in a row, I don't think that should ever be enough of a reason to say a player should play based solely on being cleared by the team doctors. That's not to say that the doctors are not amazing at what they do, that they're not top professionals in their fields. No one's saying that. But at the end of the day, there's only so much information you can get from scans and examinations. What a player feels in their body cannot be dismissed. And that's where Kawhi and KD's situations veer off in different directions. Kawhi trusted his own knowledge of his body. He knew he couldn't play. And no amount of pressure, from real or perceived, from inside the organization, outside the organization, fans, media, none of that was going to be enough for him to ignore what his body was telling him. That was something different than what the team doctors were saying. Now, we know that KD has not spoken with the media since the finals started. That's been something that has been had attention brought to it. So we don't know if he felt good to go. Maybe he did. Or if it was really just the pressure surrounding your teams in the finals. They're down 3 games to 1. You're the guy. You have to play. Right? We don't know where in reality the reality of things lands on that scale of, what did he really feel good to play, or did he feel like the pressure was enough? And My guess is that it's probably somewhere in the middle between the two. But the thing that bothers me is that there is so much pressure. These guys go out there, they put their bodies on the line every day they play. They give their all. And because it's the finals, he needs to be expected to play because his team's down at the risk of his career. Basketball is its best when the best players are able to play at their highest levels for as long as possible. Careers last longer than they used to because technology, sports medicine, and technology has come a long way since when I first started watching basketball in the 90s. But why isn't there more support for a player who's hurt in concern for their long-term careers, their long-term health, to say, you know what, get right? I know from things that I've seen on Twitter already this morning that the organization is taking this hard. There are things about the Warriors organization that reminds me of the Raptors, and that they really do care about each other. There's a feeling of family among that organization, and this is a blow, not and the blow doesn't have anything to do with, oh, we might lose the finals now. I am 100% positive that you could ask any single person in the Golden State organization right now, and if you ask them, if you could go back knowing you're going to lose the NBA finals this year if Kevin Durant doesn't play, but if he does play, this is going to happen. It's not even going to be a close call. Nobody on that organization wants another ring more than they want Kevin Durant to be healthy. And that's even with free agency and the possibility that he might not even be their teammate next season had the injury not happened. So why is there so much pressure? Right? And I saw on Twitter where there was a poll asking, should he have played last night? Well, the answer to that seems fairly obvious given the circumstances. And in the replies to that poll, somebody said, no, if he didn't feel right, he should have stood his ground and said, I can't play. Okay, but that's what Kawhi did, and look what happened to him. So it really feels like both of these guys, back-to-back years, Kawhi and Kevin Durant, were both put in these no-win situations where no matter what decision they made, they were going to be wrong, or they had to take the risk of something terrible happening to them. Kawhi went the route of, I can't do it, I'm not going to do it. I need to take care of myself. I need to take care of the longevity of my career. Kevin Durant played, and now he's in this situation that's just, it's such a crappy situation because why? Why did it need to happen? So anyways, that's my take on Kevin Durant and his Achilles, and I just it makes me sad that the culture around a sport that makes me so happy, that I bond with my husband over, I bond with my parents over, has this culture around it that's reared its head with two high caliber players in as many years, where if you are hurt and you're not playing is going to be a huge detriment to a team. Now you are in a position where you have a decision to make, and there's no decision you can make that's the right decision. I hope that that changes. I hope that there's more of a shift to, if a player's hurt, our concern is not about what's happening with his team on the floor. And you can talk about it being a business all you want. At the end of the day, it's better business for a guy like Kevin Durant to be healthy next season than for him to be in the position that he's in now, and a position that never needed to happen in the first place.